A plan for the future, making a budget. Lesson 9. Cash, moolah, cha-ching. No matter what we call it, we all make it, spend it, and save money. While you may not recognize the concepts of working, earning, and spending, trying to understand variable expenses, cash flow, and net income can feel like learning a foreign language. Thinking about in budgeting and goals. Would you like to purchase a laptop or a car? Do you plan to pay for a college education? Do you want to earn a certain amount of money by a particular age? In order to reach financial goals, it's important to make a plan for spending and saving. This plan is called a budget. An important part of creating an accurate budget is tracking exactly how much money comes in and goes out each month. The concept of money coming in, income and earning, and the money going out, expenses and spending, is called cash flow. Just like the ocean waves move in and out with the tide, so does our money. The difference is that we can control how our money flows by creating a good budget. What have you spent money on over the last 2 days? Have you bought any food, clothing, or electronics? Have you gone to the movies with a friend or bought any groceries or food? There are several different types of expenses. Fixed expenses are the same each month, such as rent, phone, or a car payment. Variable expenses, which can change in price and frequency each month, like food or gas. In understanding the cash flow, you want to label your purchases as either fixed or variable. How do your goals fit into these categories too? If you want to buy a home, will your mortgage be a fixed or variable expense? If you want to take a vacation to Europe, will that be a fixed or variable expense? As you become more independent, more expenses will become fixed. You should always understand that knowing how money fits into these categories will help you build an accurate budget. Have you earned any money this month? For instance, a birthday, cash, paycheck, or allowance? How do you keep track of what you make and what you spend? Just like we need to track our outgoing expenses, we also need to track our incoming earnings. This process is called cash flow, and that we monitor it to determine a budget. So here we have money coming in, and here we have money going out. As we look at your financial plan over here, we think about budgeting, but eventually you'll have to think about college planning, insurance, investments, taxes, retirement planning, estate planning. This is all part of the big financial plan that eventually you will have to address. When you have a job, you earn what is called a gross income. This is the total amount of money you earn before taxes. Then state, federal, and Social Security taxes are all deducted from your gross income. Self-employed individuals also pay a self-employment tax. Once taxes are deducted from your gross pay, you are left with what is called net pay. This is the actual money you take home and the number you start with when you begin building a budget. As we watch this quick video about you need a budget, think about your own budgets.
Okay, you know the story. You need cash for the movies, so you check your account balance. You think through the bills that are due soon and match them up to Thursday's paycheck. Feels a little tight, but whatever, it'll be fine. But then a few curveballs catch you off guard. How could you have ever prepared for this? Now you're really starting to sweat. But what happens if you have a medical emergency or other crisis? Well, guess what? You need a budget. Yeah, you know that. Everyone knows that. Maybe you even tried it before. Freezing the credit cards, penny pinching, the envelope system, taking weeks to tag and categorize 12 months of transaction history. 10 points for being thorough, but did it change anything? An effective budget is about the present and the future, not the past. You need a budget, or YNAB for busy people, is an entirely new way to approach this very old problem. And it works. It all boils down to 4 rules that help you make simple changes today. First, give every incoming dollar a job, so you aren't tempted to spend them on something outside the plan. Rule number 2, plan for those bigger, less frequent expenses. Splitting them into monthly chunks ensures the cash is there for that annual premium or unexpected wedding anniversary. When you overspend in a category, Rule 3 keeps you flexible and on track, ensuring that you start the next month off right. And lastly, learn to live on last month's income. YNAB aims this month's cash at next month's expenses. So when bills roll in, you just pay them without last-minute math or worry. And when you find out what that feels like, you'll understand why this is so revolutionary. Because it's not really about budgeting or money. It's about peace. Download YNAB for a free test drive today.
What I want you to do is a quick little exercise determining your budget. Your income, salary. What you're going to do is click on this link or copy the link into your browser and determine your budget. Put in what your annual salary is. Think back to careers when we came up with annual salaries. Whether it's $60,000, $78,000, $52,000, whatever. Put that in and it will automatically calculate then your monthly salary after taxes. Continue on through the budget and they will talk to you a little bit about fixed expenses and variable expenses, and you'll see what's left at the end of the month. Then I want you to click on this website, tinyurl.com, what kind of a spender you are. And we're going to see there, take a quick little survey and see what kind of a spender you are. Whether you're a collector, a saver, a spender, and then bring that information to class. Lastly, I'd like you to click on this link or copy the link into your browser and learn a little bit more about setting up your budget. When you click on the link, you'll come to the Practical Money site and go ahead and click on each one of these links, learning a little bit more about budgeting for different types of activities, whether it's back to school, holiday budgeting, or summer travel. Then in one of your assignments, you will get a chance to study 3 different budgets showing fixed and variable expenses. Your challenge will be to decide which budget is the most effective in meeting the budgeter's individual goals. Where does all your money go? No matter how much money you earn, a careful budget lets you know exactly what happens to your cash. Below are 3 different cash flow scenarios over 1 month. Review the numbers to determine who's breaking the bank and who will meet their goals the soonest. So go ahead and look at your student activities sheet for Chapter 9, or you can download it from the Moodle website. Then I want you to look at the 3 scenarios and in your group just assess which budget is the most successful in meeting the budgeter's goals. What adjustments could be made to meet the goal sooner? We will share our answers in class and then discuss it as a class. Then you're going to complete the next exercise for Lesson 9. You've just accepted your first job and you'll be earning a gross income of $30,000 a year. You live on your own and you are responsible for all expenses, including rent, car, insurance, cell phone utility, entertainment, food, savings, and miscellaneous expenses. You have to pay 25% of your gross income in taxes. Go ahead and read the directions on the worksheet and calculate your take-home pay for the month. Categorize your expenses, divide your expenses, and assess your budget. And we'll turn that worksheet in the next class period. Then in your reflection paper, I want you to think back to your goals that you might have defined in the beginning of class and to reflect how you will use budgeting to achieve those objectives. What were your goals, or what are some financial goals that you have now? How much will you need to save? What fixed and variable expenses can you adjust in order to meet your goals sooner? And that concludes today's lesson, A Plan for Future Making a Budget.